What's up, guys? For those of you who have been subscribed to my channel for a while, you know that I've made many videos over the years about gay friendships and how, in general, I feel that gay friendships are tougher to navigate than friendships with straight people. And specifically, I remember making a few videos about friendships that I really valued with other gay guys, who I had a lot of like parallels with, like common experiences as gay guys, and so I was heartbroken over those friendships just kind of falling apart. And over the years, I have sort of concluded, especially now that I have a community of friends here in Miami, and they're mostly straight, I've concluded that it is a gay thing. Like those gay friendships, the sadness that I felt and the confusion over time, I felt that it wasn't my fault. And I had to get to that point of realizing like there is something trickier about gay friendships, because I think a lot of us carry so much like trauma from childhood, from it's like as kids we have our complexes as gay kids, right? Because of just the way society is. But then you get older and now you're around other gay guys, and suddenly I think a lot of gay guys then are now projecting the things that were projected on them as kids, right? But they're projecting it on other gay guys. So anyway, I say all this to say, I think I think it is a thing, and I do think, and especially with the feedback that many of you have given on those videos in the comment section, I've concluded over time that it is a real thing, that just friendships with other gay guys can be very tough, or relationships in general between gay guys can be very tough because of the complexes and the traumas and the mental sort of psychological aspects of the things that we navigate that are very different from what straight people have to navigate. I feel like I'm being very general, like this might, and abstract, so maybe this isn't making sense, but I guess to give a specific example, I feel like gay guys tend to be very judgy towards each other, whereas when I hang out with my straight friends, yeah, they'll be judgy about certain things, but in general, I find them to be way more accepting and like easygoing to be around. So over the years, I've since sort of developed like a wall, like a mechanism where I don't really invite gay guys into my life as frequently for friendship. And yet, last night I went out with two friends, and one of them has become one of my closer friends here in Miami, and the other is a new friend. And we clicked and we got along so well. And so today I've been thinking about that night, and it was one of those things where this morning we texted each other and it was like, great to see you. Like, it's really cool when you have that chemistry with a group of friends, and then after you hang out, everybody's on the same page, like we should do this again very soon and so on. So I was thinking about that today, and I was like, wait a minute, when I think about it, I've unintentionally like built a community of gay friends, a small one. Most of my friends here are straight. I'm sure many of you relate that most of your friends are straight, but over time, over the last, I guess, 3 to 5 years, I've slowly made good, solid, close gay friends. I have a really good friend in LA. I guess in New York, I actually don't have any real solid gay friendships that are very close. But now here in Miami, I've developed a group of like 3 to 5 gay friends. Some of them I'm closer than others, but when I'm with them, there's a safety and a comfort that I feel of like, there's no backstabbing energy. These aren't like guys who are going to sell me down the river. And I've had friendships in the past like that, where like mean-spirited, borderline mean-spirited gay guys who were really fun to be around, like dynamic and entertaining, funny, but they had this side that was bitchy or could be really mean or flaky or whatever. And so anyway, today I've been sort of thinking about all this and I'm like, wow, I finally have gay guys in my life, and they're all, it's interesting, they're all around my age, like plus or minus 5 years max. And I feel like they share similar values. I'm really grateful for it because I remember in my early 20s like craving that. I would go to gay bars by myself, and I've talked about this many times on this channel. In my early 20s, I had no gay friends, knew nobody who was gay, and I would go to gay bars by myself at like 21, 22, hanging out with like 40-something-year-old men and like, as a 21-year-old. Anyway, I always craved that community element. Like I would see groups of friends at these bars and I would get so jealous. I was like, how do they all know each other? Like how did this happen? And it's just funny how then you let go and you stop obsessing and you stop trying so hard, and then things just kind of fall into place. And these friends, it's like some of them I mentioned on this channel before that I joined beach clubs here in Miami that I'm actually no longer a member of because it was too expensive, but it was a socially life-changing thing for me in that I finally met like-minded people. And so some of the gay guys I met through that, but the others, it's what people always talk about, right? You meet through mutual friends, and then it's like friend of a friend of a friend of a friend, and suddenly you have this domino effect, this network effect. And it kind of reminds me of, when you're struggling to get a job, when you first get out of college, right? And it's like you need experience to get a job, but it's like chicken or the egg, right? Like you need the experience to get the job, and then you'll get more experience, and then but once you get into that like hamster wheel, then finally you're set up for later on, right? You just have to like get in. And I guess that's the thing for me with gay guys, gay friendships as well. Like I had to find a few good people, and then through them I've met others, and now I have like a little bit of a posse here in Miami that I trust and I feel good hanging out with, and we can have a good time and go out, but we can also actually have like genuine, vulnerable, multifaceted conversations, intellectual conversations. And I'm like, damn, it's really nice as somebody who's always wanted that to now be at this stage in my 30s where I don't know, is it luck? Is it that I had to get to my 30s to finally meet more mature people who have their shit together? But what really is compelling for me is this idea of like, I stopped caring, I stopped looking for it, and then suddenly like good gay friends like fell on my lap basically. And I'm trying to practice that more and more in general in life, this idea of like letting go, because it seems as though once I let go of expectations or things that I really want in life, they then tend to fall on my lap when I least expect it, when I stop caring, when I stop searching. Anyway, I'm curious if you guys have had a similar experience. I know many of you have commented on videos in the past about agreeing that it's difficult. It seems more difficult to navigate gay friendships. Have you guys had a similar experience of finally finding better friends, or is it a struggle still? For those of you who do have a hard time and who do long for that, I would say join a club, join a community. If you really want it, you have to try. You have to make that effort. And for me, joining those communities, the beach club communities that are not gay specifically, but it was such a life-changing thing to realize, like, if you really want a boost in your social life, you really do have to put yourself in a situation, in a context, in an environment where you're going to see the same people over and over, and then it leads to organic friendship. And I wish I'd known that, much earlier on, in my 20s. I wish I had realized that, but I'm grateful that, I finally settled into the city, and I feel like I have a good community of people, and specifically a community of gay friends that are reliable and trustworthy and who understand the complexities and the layers of our experience as gay people, and the things that are specific to our experience.